that. Hey everybody, welcome to the first Learning to Fly community Zoom. I am recording this tonight so that if you were unable to join us, you'll be able to find us in the communities. So I'm going to share my screen for you. And Jess is with me as well. She's going to be one of our presenters as we're moving through the different months and different things. So let me get in. Let's dive in. First, my name is Erin. If any of you that don't know me, I'm a grief and trauma coach. I started flying solo coaching as a way to dig myself out of, well, it started out as digging myself out of my grief when as it was just a Facebook group, and then slowly grew into my coaching business as I learned more and more and more about how to help people with their grief and figured out what I was looking for out in my journey. So flying solo really just started out as me trying to figure out where I was. And it has grown and grown and grown into what's becoming a really good resource for anybody looking for help with grief or trauma. With me tonight, I also have Jessica Wesley. Jess, want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I am Jess Wesley. I'm also a coach, but I focus more on helping women build their confidence and taking action. So sometimes this can pair really well with what Erin does. So if you have any mindset questions or if you're just kind of like feeling stuck in a certain area, a lot of times we get caught in like certain patterns based on our past. And so if you have gone through grief or trauma, that is obviously going to play a big role into that. So I'm also just here as another resource to help you take intentional and aligned action in the direction that you want to go and how you want to feel.
I will brag on Jessica a little bit. She was my mind it has been my mindset coach through my journey and has helped me in this progress and helped me learn who I am through this process and help me grow. So she has been a huge resource for me, and I hope she'll be that resource for you as well. We also have a couple other people that will be popping in once in a while to talk with you. My friend Kristen, our friend Kristen, is going to be doing some joining in as well. She is a health and weight loss coach, but it does whole body kind of side of things. It's not realizing weight loss is not always just about what you eat and how you exercise, but there is a mind approach to it as well. In the future, I do have other people that are willing to come in and chat. I have someone who can do some financial education and so much more. So I'm really excited about how this is going to go. And that kind of tells you what Learning to Fly is about. Learning to Fly is here to be your resource for whatever you're struggling with, wherever you need to be. And it is a safe and um, safe community. So we will dive into that a little bit more. I do typically start most of my sessions with a grounding exercise. So really, it's just stick your feet on the ground and take some deep breaths and bring yourself present into the situation where you are. So if you would like to just close your eyes for a moment and take a couple deep breaths and center yourself into this space and into learning and finding out more about what we can offer and learning to see if you can help yourself and find a space where you feel safe. So just take a couple um, deep breaths in and out. Relax. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Just do a very quick little grounding exercise there. I do just like to bring everybody into a grounding space before we start most things. That one was really brief, as I do so much more usually. The reason why I want to set these up as monthly calls is that we want to create consistency, create a consistent, supportive space where healing doesn't happen alone. So you have that support, you have the people you need. These calls are meant to be gentle guidance, real connection, there'll be education, and just a shared space for people going through some of the same things you are. And over time, I hope coming on these monthly calls becomes an anchor for you, something steady that you can return to every month and you can talk to about whatever you are facing. So, what do you expect with flying solo and learning to fly? These are just three quick things I'm offering. Well, not quick, but three the three basics. I cannot talk tonight. Three basic spaces we're looking at. So first, this space is a safe space. It is supportive, will always be, and everything I do is always judgment free. And you can always come as you are. I don't care if you're a mess, if you're eating, if your hair is pulled up, if you want to be off camera and off mic, as long as you show up, that's what's important. And you know you have the support you need. And sometimes your celebration can just be being here, because sometimes you may just need that support. I do that with a couple of the groups I'm in. Sometimes I don't really want to be there, but I know I will get the support I need if I show up. And sometimes showing up as well, you can. So this space will always be those things for you. So the plan of how we will do this will be gentle connections, short teachings, optional sharing. No one is ever forced to share anything at any time. And there's always will be a weekly takeaway. So something that you will take with you along your journey. In the community that I have created, Learning to Fly, there also is some weekly journal prompts, homework, as you might say, little things for you to work on throughout the course of that week to help you on your journey. Everything is always optional, but I want you to know that's there for you. And I take the time to put that in there for you. And that's part of why this is a membership. We want you to know that it's consistency and work and support in there. So the support offered on these Zoom calls is open sharing. Everything's open. You are not required to do anything at any time. The only thing I ask, as I keep saying, is for you just to be here. People, those of us that are here that have been through everything, and those that are in the group as we are moving through, will listen without trying to fix you unless you're asking for help. You're saying, I need help with this. Please tell me what I should do. We might give you suggestions. We're not going to fix we're not necessarily going to say this is the fix, because the fix is what you're going to be able to do and what you need to do for you. But I want to make sure you know you will always be seen and you will always be heard, and we're always here for you. So this is the reason why I wanted to create a community, is I wanted everyone to have the space and the support they need at any time. And that was something I was looking for very often through my grief and the struggles over the last several years. So this is one of the things we will have each week or each month as we're doing these sessions. We'll have a reflection. So I would just ask simply, what is feeling most heavy right now? Or what is one small step forward that I can take? And I would ask anyone who's comfortable just to answer those questions, either coming off mute and speaking, or putting it in the group chat or the chat in the Zoom so we can, discuss what you need. Sometimes just putting something in a chat and typing it is easier than saying it out loud. So that is always, always, always there and available for you. So what am I doing today? I'm offering you an invitation. This is how the community works. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just unsure of what comes next, I invite you to join us inside Learning to Fly. It is a space where you don't have to have it all figured out. Heck, we don't have it all figured out. We're figuring it out right along with you some of the times. But as I keep saying, you just have to show up. Through our monthly calls and support community, in the chat and the things going on in the community that you have been invited to or will get an invitation to, you'll find connection, you'll find guidance, you'll find gentle steps forward that help you navigate your healing and your way through whatever you're struggling with right now. Grief is not always just about losing someone. Grief can be, as I keep talking on in this month through my social media posts, grief sometimes is about the what if. Your future changed. Your future was not what you expected, and you just don't know what your next steps are. And remember, the reason there's a community is so you don't have to do this alone, and you're always welcome here. So here's the questions before we get to the next call. I'll get into that in a second. The Learning to Fly community is a membership, and the reason there is a fee is to cover the community, the Zoom calls, the things that you need to support you and the time we need to support you. Within that, that is just showing you want to be present and you want to be here. So there is a fee for the membership. The first 25 members to the group will receive a discounted membership. Those are our founding members, and your membership cost will not go up. You will stay at the discounted rate of $97 a month. That $97 a month covers your monthly Zoom calls, your education, the support, and you will have, as I said, there'll be 3 or 4 of us different coaches at different times that will be there to support you through this process. So they will be able to be there for you as well. So please let me know if you have any questions. If there's something you need, if there's some way I can work this out for you, we can set things up to help you. Our next call is going to be on Tuesday, April the 21st. I will be leading this call. I believe Kristen's going to be coming in as well. And it's going to be learning to rebuild trust in yourself. As simple as that. That's one of the first steps I think we all need to do as we're dealing with this process and dealing with the struggles and grief. Sometimes loss of identity through that whole process is you need to learn how to trust yourself again, because sometimes we just lose that. I know I did. I know after losing John, the struggle and the trust I had to know what I was doing next was very hard to find. So this will be a very gentle process, very short little training or education thing discussion, but there will be lots of time for you to come in and just chat. And that's most of what I want this time on these Zoom calls to be, is for you to look for support, you to ask the coaches, me, whoever is here, what, or for support, and little things you can do and little things ways we can be here for you. So I asked Jess, do you have anything else you want to add before we make this call short today, since it's just us here?
I don't think so. I think just for this, the membership that you're referring to here, is that learning to fly or the flying solo side of
This
things?
is the Learning to Fly membership, which is
Okay.
the Learning to Fly community. I do also have a free community that does have does have some support in groups. You will not have as much access to the Zoom calls and the additional training I have, but you do have support in the flying solo community that you can always lean on. So if at this point you can't do the membership fee, let me know. We can invite you into the flying solo community and you can join that support there. All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. And thank you, Jess, for being with me tonight. I look forward to talking to you all soon. And stop.